This is a demonstration of payables workflow in Business Central. Kevin Malone is a corporate AP representative who works out of headquarters and is in charge of entering all payables for the organization. Michael Scott is a regional manager for the Cambridge location. Michael Scott typically orders services for the Cambridge location. These invoices are routed to corporate AP. However, corporate AP requires approval from Michael Scott before any of the payables are approved and paid. We will demonstrate this workflow in Business Central. First, we will show the entry of the invoice by Kevin Malone. We're currently logged in as Kevin. He's going to open the Purchase Invoice page and enter a new vendor invoice for Bandini, Lambert & Locke. This invoice will be for $1,250 for tax consulting fees. Kevin will enter the account number, code in a description, enter the amount, and the location, which is used as a dimension called department. In addition, he'll also want to specify the purchaser code, which is where this invoice will be routed for approval. In this case, it's Michael Scott. At this point, he's ready to send the approval request and can do so from the top of the Purchase Invoice page. As the regional manager of Cambridge, Michael Scott spends the majority of his time in Outlook. As you can see, Michael Scott has a new notification for the approval request sent by Kevin Malone. Here it shows that the amount is $1,250. However, he can hover over the purchase invoice text and actually see the invoice. He can utilize the document view to quickly scroll through the document and see which accounts are used and so forth. If he'd like to have a larger view and view the entire document, he can open it up in a new window and carefully review all aspects of the invoice. You can then go up to the dialog and approve the transaction. Going back to Kevin, looking at his desktop, he can now use one of his ongoing purchases tiles to view all open invoices. From the list of open invoices, he can quickly see that the Bandini, Lambert & Locke invoice that was assigned to Michael Scott has been released, which means that it's ready to post. He can review the approval thread if he would like to see who has approved it and when. As you can see, Michael Scott was the one to approve the transaction. Now that the transaction is in a released status, the only thing left to do is post.